All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father, Amazon Kindle Create Space. Money is not power. Thanksgiving just passed. I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and she was talking to me about she just somehow they got onto the Thanksgiving argument of what Thanksgiving really represents and what it was, and she was upset because she wasn't taught about the games and genocide of Thanksgiving. So I'm like, okay. And she was like, well, everybody conquered people and murdered people and enslaved people. And I'm just looking like, okay. So what I told her was, I said, the only difference, one of the biggest differences between those times, those generations of people, and now that we talk about America and the brutality is this. People knew that you reap what you sow. So you couldn't go around trying to conquer people and then say, we wrote up these rules to say that you can't do this back to me. We made these allies to protect us just in case you tried to do this back to me. Like that wasn't allowed. And this is why I say money isn't power, because when you think about America as a nation, country, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't founded on money. It was founded on the will to murder, subject, manipulate, and pillage and steal. It wasn't. This wasn't something that. This wasn't a country that was bought. Money didn't buy this country, so money doesn't make you powerful in this country. Part of the racial aspect of it is, you have plenty of people who have money in this country, whether it be from legal or illegal actions, whether it be from ethical or non-ethical actions, whether it be from good business practices or bad business practices, whether it be from entertainment, whether it be from lottery, whether it be from inheritance. But that money doesn't make these people powerful. That money is a tool to help them. The money is itself a tool to help you further your ideas. With the lack of money, you lack the ability to buy resources you need to further your idea and to further your platform and to further your brand. But the money in itself isn't the power. It's the will. Man made the money, money never made the man, is what I'm saying. But also, I said this a few other times in other videos, the US dollar is not backed by any resource, technically. But truth be told, the United States dollar is backed by the military, which will let you know in this country, it's not about resources, it's about guns. So, saying that also, when people talk about the animosity and racism, and I used to, I tried to say, racism is not really what exists, it's these stereotypes and superiority complexes, but racism itself is a practice, is a business practice, and survival practice. It's an immoral practice. It's an unethical practice. It's really an effeminate practice amongst men, but it's a practice nonetheless. Now, does that make it? What makes it powerful is not the ability, its ability to oppress people from becoming successful, from turning their ideas into fruition, from being able to go out into the world and make something tangible that was not tangible. The power in this country is to squash people's inner God, to create. What I mean by that is this. when you have people who have quote unquote money or status or positions, whatever, not necessarily those things, but just power in general. If you notice, they're throwing rocks, they're throwing boulders downhill to squash people. Now, the crazy thing about that is this. Have you ever wondered why we are temporary beings, but people fight like we got forever to hold on to power? That at this point, people are not necessarily passing down to family. They just passing down from, one person with like mind to another person with like mind. And I'm saying that because at the end of the day, you're not gonna be able. You're gonna have a more difficult time getting power in this country if you're not tapping into its hatred, or perpetuating its hatred, or promoting its hatred, or promoting some kind of dysfunctionality. Because if you can promote that dysfunctionality, those people in power positions who will pay you to do that, because your success ultimately ends in your platform is built on everybody who followed you and failed. So the power is not necessarily the money. The power is the power to manipulate, to oppress, to handicap, to be able to sabotage people and get away with it, and people know you did it. That's what this country's power is. To shake your hand and look you in the face and give you a hug and then stab you in the back on national TV and say, "What just happened?" And then, when the ambulance comes, have the people finish the job on the way to the hospital, dead on arrival, and just look there shocked. The knife accidentally came out of my hand and I was hugging, but I didn't know, and I was wondering why he kept jumping when I was doing this, but I didn't know what it was. Wasn't me. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't even know I did that. That's power in this country. So that's why I said money is not power. Peace.